We are going to look at the cap space now that most of, besides Jonah Savaianaya, I said it right the last time. Besides him being signed, all of the draft picks, all of the undrafted free agents are signed. So we're going to look at what the cap space looks like and kind of what the future might look like and how a lot of people should stop worrying so much. What is up, Finn fans? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. If you are a mom and I hope you had a fantastic day yesterday. If you have a mom or a wife with kids, hopefully you spent that with them and made them feel loved, because yesterday was Mother's Day. So yeah, pretty much everyone but Jonah has signed with the Dolphins, like literally everyone, even undrafted free agents, everyone. So I thought to myself, hey, let's look at where our cap space is and where it could be in the future if certain things go certain ways. And you'll be surprised how well the Dolphins are in a good situation. So let's jump into it. So right now, this is where the rankings are for the cap space. And if you notice, the New Orleans Saints are not in the bottom anymore. They have $27 million in cap space. And why is that? It's because Derek Carr retired, and him retiring gave them a ton of cap space. So they're not in cap hell anymore. And they actually could sign some of the potential free agents that are still out there. The Dolphins have 16.7 million. You look at the bottom, you got the Bills at 1 million, you got the Giants at 1 million, the Bears at 6, the Texans at 7. Like, there's your bottom five right here. Is the Falcons, Texans, Bears, Bills, Giants. Your top five are the Patriots, 49ers, Lions, Titans, Raiders. Patriots still have 67 million, which is ridiculous. Next year, if no one touches anyone's cap space, Chargers are going to be sitting there at 139 million, and the Dolphins will only have 7 million in cap space. Oh no, the sky is falling. Whatever will we do with only having 7 million in cap space? How will we ever build the team? I'm setting you up for it. Look at the other cap for next year, though. Holy moly. Chiefs at negative 14, Vikings negative 30, Lions negative 35, Saints are back in cap hell negative 42, the Bills negative 396. But let's get into this and kind of look at what I'm talking about. So right now, like I said, the Dolphins, and again, it's only the top 51 that they count, 16.7. And they made a point to go and find the draft picks. Where is it? It's like 800,000 this year for our draft picks. Like it's barely anything. Kenneth Grant, 840,000. It's nothing. But again, you look at Kenneth Grant's contract. 800,000, contract value 21 million. Yeah. So he got his contract. Let me minimize myself a little bit more so you could see more of the money. So yeah, I went on here and made sure like everyone was here. And again, Jonah is not on there yet because he hasn't signed his contract. But so this is really where the Dolphins are sitting at in cap space. Now, obviously, let's go into calculator. The Miami Dolphins are going to try to trade Jalen Ramsey, and they're going to do it post June 1st. So they do that. Boom. The Miami Dolphins are sitting at $26.68 million in cap space. So a big jump up, and they'll have $13.7 million next year. Now, this is where I wanted to talk about, kind of don't freak out about the future of the team. So, but in a nutshell, the Dolphins, after they trade Jalen Ramsey after June 1st, will have roughly 26 million, give or take. There's certain aspects, and then obviously it'll go lower when they sign Jonah. But then again, you come over here, you look at free agents that are still available. There's still a lot of free agents that are available that are good. Like Dolphins, go get Von Miller. I'm just kidding. Please don't yell at me. I'm just kidding. But there's still a good amount of defensive players like Zadarius Smith and Matthew Judon that I've talked about. You got Brandon Scherfs, who's still out there. Jadeveon Clowney just became available, but we're good on edge. Unless Zadarius Smith and Matt Judon can play defensive line, then probably not. Raekwon Davis, I'm surprised he hasn't signed with the Dolphins yet. I thought that was kind of a foregone conclusion. Some of your best corners out there, Stephon Gilmore, Rasul Douglas. The Dolphins can go out and pretty much go and get them. Like, you got Stephon Gilmore. They're saying $7 million, but again, you can make it a 2-year contract and have the cap hit this year and not be that much. But again, you're looking at $26 million. And to me, grab 2 corners, possibly a safety. Justin Simmons. How many times have I said, go get Justin Simmons, go get Justin Simmons? Quandre Diggs is still out there. There's still a good amount of players that are out there. Quandre Diggs is right here, and he won't cost that much. Again, if you go off of over the cap, he is, sorry, I was blocking it, $3 million. So the Dolphins have money to make moves when they want to. And again, trading Jalen Ramsey gives you an extra $10 million this year. But the biggest thing I wanted to talk about is not necessarily this year, right? It's next year. And you see, we had $7 million, and then moving on from Jalen this year boosts us up another $5 million, give or take $6 million to $13.7 million. If we go into next year, and it's already added on there, say Tyreek Hill stays with the team. And that's a possibility, right? I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not saying it will happen, but anything could happen in training camp. He had the pins or the screws removed from his hand. So that's a trade like that won't happen anytime soon, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So say Tyreek Hill played the 2025 season with the Dolphins, and then the Dolphins, whatever happened, and it is February. You look at the cap number, $51.89 million. The Dolphins are like, look, we appreciate your time and yada, yada, but we're going to move on from you, Tyreek Hill. Go find a team you want to go play with. They probably could trade him and try to get some type of assets. So, you could do that as well. But let's just say straight out, they were like, look, we're going to let you go. Go find a team and, good luck with your future endeavors. Kapow! $50 million in cap space, because it's a $36.3 million savings if they just cut him. We're not going to try to get anything for you. We're just going to cut you. Or if they trade him, say they trade him to pick a team and they got a 5th rounder for him. Again, kaplow, it's the same savings of $36.3 million hairs. So the Dolphins will be sitting at a $50 million cap space. That is just moving on from Tyreek Hill and trading Jalen Ramsey this year. The Dolphins will have $50 million in cap space. You could do a lot of things with $50 million in cap space, 2 third-round picks, and blah, 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 blah. That's just that. Now let's say, and again, this might ruffle some feathers of people, but let's say Tua gets injured again or whatever, and Mike McDaniel's gone and Chris Greer's not the GM. Again, I'm going to talk more about this, I'm going to go more in depth. I have a video coming out this week talking more about Tua. After we talk about this, I'm going to talk about the schedule and some things that have come to light about the schedule. So please stick around till the end of the video. I got some other things I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about something that I want to talk about with Tua end of the week, but also before the season starts, I talk about my expectations for Tua. But say Tua gets hurt again. Hopefully he doesn't. Again, not only from a team aspect, because I want to win, but also from his health aspect. I don't want to wish injury on anyone. And if you do, you're a horrible person. So say Tua gets injured or the team collapses and Mike McDaniel's gone and Chris Greer's gone, whatever. And the Dolphins are sitting there like, look, we have a new head coach. We have a new GM. They want their own guy. We're going to move on from Tua. Now, you're going to deal with some type of dead cap. But say they trade him before June 1st. Boom. Then you save $31 million in cap space, and you have $81 million in cap space. You could do a lot of work with $81 million in cap space. Again, this is a trade pre-June 1st. Again, but they can't touch that 19.1 million, right? They can't. And like I showed you, even with just trading Jalen Ramsey, you're sitting at 26 million. So they don't really need to touch that. So you trade Tua pre-June 1st, you got 81 million. You trade Tua post-June 1st, you got 98 million. But obviously you have to wait till after June 1st to get that $48 million. So what most likely will happen if, God forbid, the wheels fall off and it's a complete rebuild and change and everything, he'll probably be traded. Again, who's going to trade for him? Anybody. 7th rounder. 6th rounder. In that instance, it would be more about doing this than it would be about getting draft picks. It's more about, hey, we want 31.2 million. What would you give us for Tua? Oh, blah, blah, blah. We'll give you this. Cool. Take him. Sorry. Tua. It didn't work out. So again, the future isn't so bleak as people make it out to be when with a one move this offseason, which is most likely going to happen of the trade of Jalen Ramsey, and only two moves of trading Tyreek Hill and trading Tua or just cutting Tyreek straight up, again, either or, you save roughly $67 million in cap space. Because if you look over here, Jalen Phillips has a really good season. You want to bring him back. Obviously, you're not going to pay him top money, but you probably want to. That's about it. Like, if all honesty, Jonah. See, like Jonah's, because they haven't signed him yet. But a lot of these guys will be coming back. They're rookies, so I don't know why they're ERFAs. But see what I'm saying? So I wanted to show you this because I know that a lot of people are like, ooh, what are we going to do in the future? What are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with that? It's very easy to fix. It's very easy to fix. Now, the other thing I want to talk about before we get out of here is this. So the NFL yesterday came out with, so the schedule is going to be released on Wednesday, and this is from Brian McCarthy. He says NFL schedule release week is upon us. Here's a look at what to expect this week, culminating my brain with the full release in 8 p.m. on Wednesday. So apparently on Monday, today, we're going to get the NBC games and then some Fox games and then Prime Video, the Thursday games. And then tomorrow we're going to get the ESPN Monday night games are going to be announced, which I hate, if I'm being 100% honest with you, because I like doing my videos where I just see it for the first time. And I'm just like, whoop, okay, cool. This is what I get to see. Which this might mean I might have to go like social media dark today, tomorrow, and Wednesday for 3 straight days. Now I'm going to do my best to, like, if I'm on Twitter, to scroll quick past it and all that stuff. But just like, why couldn't they just release? I know like people that aren't me want to get it as quick as possible, but I'm like, just release it all at once then. If you're going to trickle it down like this and you're going to really milk it, instead of having the one release show on 8 o'clock on Wednesday, and you're like, we're going to get so much more content if we slowly release it throughout the week, just release it on Monday then. Like, what are you doing? But so yeah, you're probably not going to hear much from me this week on Twitter because I want to see it all for the first time. Now, obviously, I know about the Madrid game. Again, that's rumored that it will be on the 11th, which means hopefully we get a bye on the 12th. It will be against Washington. Again, these are all rumors. You can go back and check that video out. So comment below. Let me know what your thoughts of the cap are. Do you feel better about the future? If things go, wonkers, we can have so much cap space. If you don't, all that other stuff. Comment below. Let me know. Rookie camp happened. Again, there wasn't crazy news, crazy details because it's rookie camp. Most of it is about getting them ready mentally and fiscally, money-wise, not physically, but also physically. So tomorrow, I do have some stuff planned for you. And then tomorrow is preview for the schedule. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be expecting. If I don't look at the comments, it might be because you guys already know some of the games. So again, I don't want it to be spoiled, but tomorrow's the preview video. Wednesday at 8:00, I will release the video talking about the schedule. And then Thursday I got a video, and I'm thinking Friday, I'm going to release that Tua video that I've been working on. So I got a lot planned for you this week, and then one more week, and then OTA start, and then mini camp, and then we still got a lot going on. But I'll see you tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy. If it's up.